Hi, and welcome to ETF 360. I'm Tom Lydon with ETF Trends, along with Dave Nadig, our Director of Research. We've got a real special guest today, Janel Jackson, who's head of U.S. ETF capital markets with Vanguard. Janel, welcome. Great having you.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
So, Janel, a lot's been going on with the markets. We've seen some volatility, especially with a lot of single stocks. You've got your finger on the pulse of the capital markets desk. What are you seeing?
Yeah, it's been an interesting kind of observatory period for us. You know, we're not doing any single stock selection, but we've seen some really interesting behavior going on with, a lot of traders coming into the market. We're used to a retail investor base, mostly of investors. So they're thinking about long-term, broad-based, diversified products, and not so much the single stock chasing, which has been interesting to watch and exciting to see. Something that we have noticed in our product lineup is just this shift from, these large cap growthy tech companies that were doing really well last year, and this shift to some of the more beaten down small cap value names that have done really well year to date. And that exposure we've seen clients gain through our small cap S&P 600 value product, which the ticker is VIOV. So kind of a shift there in regime as you think about style tilts in portfolios, moving from growth to value.
So if you're an ETF-centric investor, as opposed to sort of a day trader, you're still trying to participate in this market. You're still trying to put money to work. You have to trade in these open public markets, along with all these people trading all of these single names that might be volatile. Any tips for the average advisor out there who's looking to get their clients' money to work?
Dave, that's like my favorite question. So this is one of my favorite things to talk about is ETF trading best practices. We've got a few ideas around how you can gain best execution as you're trading ETFs in your portfolio. One of the things to be mindful of is selecting your order type. We recommend that investors utilize marketable limit orders so that you have more control over where that order is going to be executed. Something we observe with market orders, sometimes if there's a large trade, there's volatility in the marketplace, or maybe there's a trading imbalance, a large order will kind of rip through the order book and pull in a lot of these smaller trades with it. And if you don't set a limit around the price that you're going to pay, you could end up with some really poor execution there. Something else we like to guide our clients and advisors on is the time of day that you're trading. So staying away from the auctions if you can, more so the open than the close. So what's going on the open is there's this price discovery process going on in all of the underlying securities that are in the ETF. Trading into the close is a little bit more taboo. We typically say be thoughtful when you're trading around the close. If you're trading in size, there could be an imbalance there. And even if you have small trades, like I mentioned, things can get caught up in the auctions that might be unintended. So be thoughtful when you're trading around the close.
What if you're trying to put a bigger amount of money to work? A lot of advisors, they're trading a basket for their clients. They might be moving a few $100,000 in or out of a position. What can they do then? Because I think a lot of advisors get a little bit tenuous when they feel like they're going to be too much of the market.
I feel like this is like a commercial for a 1-800 number. Should just scroll across the bottom, like call me now. That's where the capital markets desk really comes into play, is helping support clients with large transactions. So if you don't have our 1-800 number, contact your sales executive at Vanguard. We'll look at the size of your trade, determine what type of trade you should use. We've got some really cool proprietary tools also so that we can analyze your trade before it goes off. One of the benefits of working with the capital markets desk is we have lots of connections to the street, and we know who the most active participants are in our products so that we can direct you to the right place so that you get the best pricing and best execution for your clients.
Janel, we know from surveying advisors that number one, they don't call capital markets desk that often. And number two, they don't even know sometimes that you exist. It's one of those jewels that Vanguard and other issuers have available. How can, getting down to your 1-800 number, how can people reach out to you and also understand that you're there really to help them with best execution and liquidity?
Yeah, this is no pressure. We're not a sales desk. We're a desk of experienced ETF specialists who really want to talk to and educate advisors and clients around trading best practices and talk them through the execution process. So we can support you in your journey of security selection and best execution.
Well, great, Janel. We're going to put the 1-800 number, call Janel, up there on the screen. So thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.